You know, I've learned something powerful about life, and that is this: God doesn't make mistakes, he makes masterpieces. And yet, too many of us are living as if we were accidents. We wake up surviving when we were created to be thriving. Pauses, lets it breathe. See, when the designer formed you, he didn't just think about your today, he crafted your tomorrow. Every detail of who you are, every gift, every challenge, every scar, it's all part of a divine design. You weren't built to barely make it, you were designed to thrive. Voice rises with conviction. And the moment you start seeing yourself through the eyes of your designer, not your doubts, not your past, not your circumstances, that's the moment you stop fighting for survival and start walking in purpose. Too often, we walk through life questioning our value, wondering if we were made for something greater or if we're simply drifting through existence by chance. But the truth, and this is the truth that changes everything, is that you are not an accident. You are not here by mistake. From the very beginning, before you even took your first breath, before the world even knew your name, you were intentionally designed. There is a deliberate hand at work in your life, crafting you with precision, detail, and intention. Every part of you, your personality, your talents, your strengths, your weaknesses, was purposefully formed. You are purpose-built. When we think of something being purpose-built, it means it was designed with a specific function in mind. A clear mission. Architects don't build houses randomly. Engineers don't design bridges haphazardly. Every curve, every line, every material is chosen for a reason, and the same is true for you. You were designed with a mission in mind. Your gifts are not random. Your experiences, even the difficult ones, are not meaningless. They are all part of the blueprint of your life. And the sooner we understand that, the sooner we stop living in survival mode and start living in alignment with the purpose for which we were created. Think about this for a moment. Every person you meet, every interaction you have, every struggle you endure, it's shaping you to fulfill your purpose. Often, we see the hardships and the setbacks as obstacles, as proof that life is unfair, or that maybe we weren't made for something greater. But here's the thing. Purpose-built people are not defined by the ease of their journey, but by their ability to rise through it. The very challenges you face are not accidental. They are intentional parts of your growth, designed to shape you into the person who can handle the responsibility of the life you were meant to live. Being purpose-built also means that your uniqueness matters. Too often, we compare ourselves to others, thinking we need to fit into someone else's mold. We look at the people around us and say, I'm not as talented as them. Or I don't have their opportunities. Or I could never do what they do. But comparison is a trap. God, or the universe, however you perceive it, never made a duplicate. There is no one else in the world like you. Every quirk, every strength, every struggle is part of what makes your design intentional. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece built for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your purpose is not just about what you do, it's about who you are. Too often, we confuse purpose with profession, calling it a job title or a career. But purpose is deeper than that. Purpose is the sum total of your passions, your gifts, your experiences, and the impact you are uniquely able to make on the world. It is the combination of everything that makes you, you, and the way you are designed to influence the world around you. When you begin to understand that you are purpose-built, you stop chasing someone else's definition of success and start stepping into the life that was crafted specifically for you. Being purpose-built also requires trust. It requires the ability to step into life knowing that even when you can't see the entire blueprint, the designer sees it. There will be moments when life doesn't make sense. When you face rejection, failure, or disappointment. But these moments are not indicators that you're off course. They are part of the process of building you into the person you were created to be. Trust is what allows you to move forward with faith, knowing that your life has meaning, that your path has direction, and that you are being equipped to thrive. Many people go through life feeling like they need to figure it all out before they can live fully. They wait until they feel ready, until circumstances are perfect, until the world finally aligns with their dreams. But being purpose-built means you were designed to walk into your purpose even in the midst of uncertainty. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to wait for permission. You were made to thrive in the very conditions where you might feel unprepared, because that is where your design comes alive. Another essential truth of being purpose-built is understanding that your life matters beyond your own experience. You were created to influence, to inspire, to impact. There are people whose lives are changed because you chose to show up, because you chose to use your gifts, because you chose to live intentionally. Every act of love, every act of courage, every act of service is a reflection of the fact that you were designed with purpose. You are a vessel, a reflection of the power and potential that exists in the world, and your life carries a ripple effect far beyond what you can see. Recognizing that you are purpose-built also shifts the way you respond to failure. Failure is not evidence that you are broken or that your design is flawed. Failure is simply a part of the process, a signal that you are moving, that you are trying, that you are living. The purpose-built life is not perfect. It is real. It is tested. It is resilient. Every time you fall, every time you are knocked down, it is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to continue moving toward the life you were created to live. Finally, being purpose-built means embracing your potential fully. Too many people live beneath their capability, held back by fear, doubt, or the voices of others. But when you understand that your very existence is intentional, that your life is a masterpiece in progress, it becomes impossible to settle for mediocrity. You begin to step into your gifts with confidence. You begin to take risks that align with your purpose. You begin to pursue the dreams that were planted in you the moment you were created. Thriving becomes not just a possibility, but a requirement, because you were designed to thrive, not merely survive. So take a moment and let this sink in. You are not a random accident. You are not here by chance. You are not a placeholder in someone else's story. You were designed, crafted, and purpose-built for greatness. Every part of you, your mind, your heart, your spirit, your gifts exist for a reason. The challenges you face, the victories you experience, the lessons you learn, all of it is part of the blueprint of your life. And the world needs the full expression of who you are. The question is no longer whether you can thrive. The question is whether you will step into the fullness of the design that is already inside of you. You were purpose-built. You were made to rise. You were made to influence. You were made to thrive. And the world is waiting for you to live that truth out loud. Life has a way of teaching us lessons that we don't always want to learn. Often, the things we resist the most are the very things that hold the key to our greatest growth. Challenges, setbacks, disappointments, and struggles are not signs that life is against us or that we are failing. They are, in fact, the very mechanisms through which we grow, the tools that shape us into the people we were designed to become. Every obstacle you face is intentional, even when it feels unintentional. Every difficulty you encounter is an opportunity for expansion, for refinement, for transformation. Growth comes through challenges. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we stop running from life and start embracing it fully. The truth is, no one is exempt from challenges. No one's life is free from trials, pain, or moments of uncertainty. And yet, so many people look at the challenges in their lives as if they are punishments, as if they are proof that they are not worthy, or that the universe is conspiring against them. But that perspective misses a critical point. Challenges are not the opposite of growth. They are growth's closest companions. They are the furnace that tempers steel, the soil that nourishes seeds, the pressure that shapes diamonds. Without challenges, there would be no transformation. Without trials, there would be no growth. Without struggle, there would be no breakthrough. Think about the most successful people you know, the people you admire, the people who inspire you. Almost universally, they have faced tremendous adversity. They have stumbled, fallen, been rejected, been told no countless times. Yet what sets them apart is not that they avoided difficulty, it's that they used it. They embraced it. They recognized that each challenge was an opportunity to learn something, to develop resilience, to gain wisdom, and to move closer to the life they were meant to live. They understood that growth is not about comfort. Growth is about persistence through discomfort. Challenges have a way of revealing what is truly inside us. When life is easy, we often coast without knowing the depth of our strength, courage, or faith. It's only when we are tested that we discover who we really are. The pressures of life show us our potential, and they also expose areas where we need to grow. They force us to confront our weaknesses, to examine our choices, and to stretch beyond our limitations. Every challenge is an opportunity to rise above fear, to conquer doubt, and to step into a level of power and confidence that we may never have known existed if life had been smooth and easy. It's important to recognize that challenges are not meaningless. They are not random events that exist to frustrate us. Each challenge carries a lesson, a purpose, a hidden gift. Sometimes the gift is patience. Sometimes it is perseverance. Sometimes it is clarity, wisdom, or a shift in perspective. Growth comes when we stop asking why me and start asking what can I learn. Every difficulty is an invitation to grow, and every struggle is a classroom in which we are being trained to thrive. The problem is that many people are unwilling to do the work, to sit in the discomfort, to wrestle with the struggle long enough to extract the lesson. Growth demands effort, persistence, and courage. It demands that we step into the fire rather than run from it. Challenges also teach us humility. They remind us that we are not in control of everything, that life is bigger than our plans, and that sometimes we need help, guidance, and faith. When we are confronted with a difficult situation, we are often forced to reach out, to seek advice, to build relationships, and to depend on something greater than ourselves. Humility is a critical component of growth because it opens our minds and hearts to new perspectives, new possibilities, and new strengths that we may never have discovered if we had relied solely on our own understanding. Another powerful truth is that challenges build resilience. Resilience is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate through repeated exposure to adversity. Every time you encounter setback and keep moving forward, you are strengthening your ability to endure future trials. Every time you face difficulty and refuse to give up, you are building an inner fortress of strength and courage. Resilience is the muscle that allows you to keep thriving in the face of storms, the foundation upon which your purpose can be realized. And it is only forged in the fire of challenge, not in the comfort of ease. The discomfort of growth can be intimidating. It's natural to want to avoid pain, to take shortcuts, or to hope that life will suddenly become easy. But thriving is never achieved through avoidance. Growth requires us to lean into the struggle, to face it head on, and to extract its wisdom. The question is not whether challenges will come, they will, but whether we will meet them with courage, faith, and determination, or whether we will shrink back in fear and miss the opportunity to evolve into our full potential. It is also essential to understand that growth through challenges is not always immediate. Sometimes the lessons take time to manifest. Sometimes the seeds of transformation are planted during the struggle, only to bear fruit months or even years later. Life works on a timeline that is often different from our own. Trusting the process, believing that the difficulties you face are shaping you for something greater, and remaining steadfast in the midst of trials is a key part of stepping into the life you were designed to live. Growth is a journey, and every challenge is a step along that path. Challenges also cultivate gratitude. When life tests us, we learn to appreciate the moments of ease, the victories, and the progress we make along the way. We develop a deeper understanding of the value of persistence, the sweetness of success, and the strength it took to get there. The hardships make the triumphs more meaningful. The pain teaches us to savor the joy. And the struggle transforms us into people who are not only stronger, but wiser, more compassionate, and more capable of contributing to the lives of others. Perhaps most importantly, challenges reveal the depth of our faith and belief in ourselves. They force us to trust in our abilities, to trust in our purpose, and to trust in the timing of life. They remind us that we are capable of more than we think, that our potential is greater than we realize, and that we are designed to thrive even in the midst of hardship. Growth is not the absence of difficulty. It is the mastery of it. It is learning to walk through the storms with confidence, courage, and conviction, knowing that each challenge is a stepping stone toward a life of purpose, fulfillment, and impact. So, when you face challenges, and don't see them as obstacles that block your path, see them as opportunities to grow, to evolve, to strengthen, and to refine the person you are becoming. Embrace the discomfort, lean into the struggle, and trust the process. The road may be hard, the journey may be long, and the trials may be intense, but the growth that comes through challenges is priceless. It shapes your character, builds your resilience, expands your perspective, and positions you for the life you were designed to live. In the end, growth comes through challenges. It is in the face of adversity that we discover our strength, purpose, and potential. It is through difficulty that we are refined, strengthened, and transformed. And it is by embracing these challenges, rather than avoiding them, that we step into the fullness of who we were created to be. The storms of life are not here to defeat you. They are here to prepare you, to elevate you, and to equip you to thrive. Your growth is already happening one challenge at a time. Knowing that you were designed to thrive, that you are purpose-built, and that growth comes through challenges is powerful. But here's the truth that many people miss. Knowing all of that means nothing if you do not act. Action is the bridge between potential and reality. You can have the most brilliant ideas, the clearest vision of your purpose, and the strongest faith in your design, but unless you move, unless you step forward, nothing changes. Action activates your design. It transforms dreams into reality, intentions into results, and potential into impact. Too often, people live as if life will hand them their purpose fully formed, as if waiting is a strategy. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect alignment of circumstances. But the perfect moment rarely comes. Life doesn't wait for readiness. Life waits for action. Action is the key that unlocks doors. It is the force that takes what is invisible in your mind, what is latent in your spirit, and brings it into the tangible world. Without it, purpose remains dormant, gifts remain hidden, and potential remains untapped. Action does not always start big. In fact, it rarely does. Often, it begins with small steps. Decisions, habits, and commitments that align with the life you are meant to live. It's the simple acts, repeated consistently, that create momentum. Picking up the pen to write, making the phone call, showing up when it's uncomfortable, saying yes when you feel fear, taking responsibility instead of making excuses. These are the small but powerful actions that activate your design. Momentum is built one step at a time, and action is the engine that drives it forward. Many people struggle with action because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. But here's the truth. Fear is not a sign that you shouldn't act. It is a sign that you should. Fear often appears when you are on the brink of growth, when you are approaching the edge of your comfort zone, when you are about to step into the life that was meant for you. Action does not eliminate fear. Action requires courage in spite of fear. The people who change the world, who step into their purpose, and who thrive do not wait for fear to disappear. They act anyway. Action transforms fear from a roadblock into a stepping stone. Another reason action is so powerful is that it creates clarity. Many people delay action because they feel they do not have all the answers or they do not know the outcome. But here's the secret. Clarity comes through movement, not hesitation. The path becomes clear as you walk it. The vision becomes sharper as you execute it. The lessons you need are revealed as you engage with the process. Stagnation produces confusion, doubt, and regret. Action produces insight, growth, and forward progress. Your design, your purpose, and your potential are activated in the doing, not in the planning alone. Action also produces results, and results build confidence. There is a unique energy that comes from seeing the impact of your efforts, from witnessing that what you thought only existed in your mind can actually happen in reality. Every small success reinforces the truth that you were designed for this life, that your gifts matter, and that your potential is real. Confidence is not built by wishing or waiting. It is built by showing up, doing the work, and following through. Each step you take is evidence that you are capable of more than you imagined. Furthermore, action is contagious. When you act on your purpose, when you step into your gifts, you inspire others to do the same. There is a ripple effect in the world when someone decides to move forward in faith, when someone chooses courage over comfort. People watch, they notice. They are encouraged to rise, to try, and to step into their own potential. Action is not only personal, it is relational. Your courage, persistence, and willingness to move activate not just your own design, but also awaken the possibilities in others. Action also teaches resilience and adaptability. When you move forward, you will inevitably encounter obstacles, setbacks, and failures. But these experiences are not reasons to stop. They are opportunities to learn, adjust, and grow stronger. Action puts you in situations where growth is inevitable. It forces you to problem solve, to innovate, to pivot when necessary. Inaction, on the other hand, keeps you static, stagnant, and disconnected from the life you were designed to live. Action transforms challenges into lessons and lessons into wisdom, building the very strength and skill you need to thrive. One of the most powerful aspects of action is that it turns faith into reality. Belief in your design and purpose is vital, but belief alone is not enough. Faith without works is incomplete. You can believe you are meant to thrive. You can trust that you were designed with gifts and potential, but unless you act, faith remains theoretical. Action is faith in motion. It is belief translated into tangible steps, results, and impact. Every step you take toward your purpose is a demonstration that your faith is real, alive, and Powerful. Another critical aspect of action is accountability. When you act, you create results that you can measure, evaluate, and improve upon. You learn what works and what doesn't, what aligns with your design and what does not. Without action, there is no feedback, no course correction, and no progress. Purpose remains an abstract idea, a dream deferred, a potential never realized. Action provides the roadmap. It allows you to test, adjust, and refine your efforts so that you can maximize your impact and live in alignment with the life you were designed to lead. Action also reinforces commitment. Dreams and potential are fragile if left untested. They are strengthened when you actively pursue them, when you refuse to let excuses dictate your life, when you step into discomfort for the sake of growth. Each time you take action, you demonstrate to yourself that you are serious about your purpose, that you are willing to invest time, energy, and courage into the life you were created to live. Commitment is born in action, and commitment fuels momentum. Ultimately, action is the evidence of your design in motion. You were not created to sit idle, waiting for life to happen to you. You were designed to move, to impact, to thrive, and to create. Every gift you possess, every talent, every insight, and every lesson you have learned is useless if it is never applied. Action is the key that unlocks the full expression of who you are. It takes the abstract blueprint of your life and makes it tangible, visible, and influential. So, take the step, make the call, speak the word, launch the project, take the risk, do the work. Start even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels risky, even when you are unsure. Action is the bridge from who you are to who you are meant to become. Without it, potential remains dormant, purpose remains hidden, and your design remains inactive. With it, the world begins to see the brilliance of your life, your gifts come alive, and your potential is realized. Action activates your design. It transforms ideas into reality, dreams into results, and vision into impact. The choice is yours. Remain still or step forward. Wait for perfect conditions or move with courage despite fear. Hesitate or engage. Remember, your life was designed with intention, and the only way to fully live that design is to act. Every step you take in alignment with your purpose strengthens your faith, builds your character, inspires others, and brings your potential to life. You were made to thrive, and action is the key that unlocks that thriving. Take that first step today, and then another, and another. Action activates your design, and through it, your life becomes the masterpiece it was always meant to be. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to remind you of one undeniable truth. You were designed to thrive. Not by accident, not by chance, not as a bystander in your own life. You were intentionally, purposefully, meticulously crafted to make an impact, to grow, and to rise above every challenge, every gift inside of you, every lesson you've learned, every obstacle you face has been carefully woven into the design of your life. You are purpose-built. Remember that growth doesn't come from ease or comfort. Growth comes through challenges. Every trial you've endured, every setback, every no that tried to hold you back was not a detour, it was part of your design. It was life shaping you, refining you, and preparing you to thrive at a level that you could never reach by staying in your comfort zone. Your challenges are not punishments, they are opportunities. They are the very catalysts that push you to the next level of your purpose. But knowing your design and facing challenges is not enough. You must act. Action activates your design. Action turns potential into reality, belief into results, and intention into impact. You cannot wait for the perfect moment. You cannot sit and hope for your gifts to reveal themselves. You must step forward. You must move. You must engage with your purpose every single day. When you do, doors will open, confidence will grow, and the world will begin to witness the brilliance that was always inside you. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. First, you are not an accident. You are a masterpiece. Second, growth comes through challenges. Embrace them, learn from them, let them shape you. And third, action activates your design. Take that step, no matter how small, because it is in movement that your purpose comes alive. The life you were meant to live is waiting on the other side of faith, courage, and intentional action. Stop surviving and start thriving. Stop doubting and start doing. Stop waiting and start stepping. The world is not complete without the unique gifts, perspectives, and impact that only you can bring. You were designed to thrive. Not someday, not maybe, not if conditions are perfect. You were designed to thrive now. Step into it, live it, own it, and watch as the life that was always meant for you unfolds before your eyes.